Yeah. I think it might be affecting the economy. I mean, the market a little bit here. The economy might be affecting the market because I have noticed that sellers are a little softer than they were. And I have also noticed that buyers are a little more flaky than they were. Now, that's a scientific term, everybody. All right.
Flaky as far as what? As far as the purchasing it for the price or backing out?
Yeah, one or the other or both. Yeah. Flaky. Yeah. Or slow on the uptake, a little more choosy, let's say. Yeah, a little more thoughtful rather than impulsively acting and buying. Okay. So there's a little bit of shift going on in the market in the sense that it's becoming a little more buyer oriented. And we can talk about this in simple terms because that's all I understand them in is simple terms. And it's supply and demand, and it's interest rates going up, and it's inflation, and that causes the home prices to cool. And there we go. From there, it starts to go from a seller's market where the seller is in control and the seller has the power, and it starts to shift to a buyer's market. But that's about the full extent of my understanding, where now the buyer has more control. So I think that's begun. That's all I can say. I can't say that it's 30% done or 50 or whatever. I have no idea how far this will go, but I think a shift has begun. So you'll notice that in the homeowners in that way, that the homeowners now will become more flexible and more motivated as time goes on. If this trend continues, you will notice it in the sellers. There will be more motivated sellers more frequently. And when you find them, they'll be more motivated than they were. Does that make sense?
Yeah, what I'm experiencing is they're motivated, but they want market price. They want that top dollar, and they not backing down. They know what they
Yeah.
got. They not backing down, which means that we
Yeah.
gotta hit more people, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that'll cool a little bit. I think as time goes on, I think we're just we got our toe in the water, so to speak. I don't think we're really noticing a huge shift yet. It's just, but I think we're on the way. So I would expect that to kind of change at some point here coming soon. In general, speaking in general terms of masses of people, leads in general. But on the buyer side, I think the buyers have also now, because it's becoming a buyer's market. Let's suppose it is becoming a buyer's market. Okay, then the buyers then become the most powerful side of the transaction, and so they're going to be picky and choosy, and they're going to be slow to take pictures and slow to look at things and slow to comp things because they have the power. Okay, so it's important now, I guess, to consider where you are in your business and what relationships you have with buyers and what relationships you have with homeowners and leads, and what kind of leads and what kind of, are you working with cash buyers? And if you are they solid buyers? Are they buying on the regular? Are they still buying at full market value, or wherever they were buying at before? So, you might have to put a little extra work into the buyer side, right? So, just, I don't know, Coach Mark, you've been around a long time. You've seen this happen probably a couple, 2 or 3 times, man. Right? I've seen it happen a couple times, and where it's shifted like this, and it's just kind of like riding a roller coaster a little bit. What do you think about it, man?
Um, yeah, the first time when I went through it along back in, like 2008, I was just like totally overwhelmed. So, I was in a bad spot. But I learned a lot from it for sure, and so I think it's just like be patient. And, I think it's really true about the buyers, what you're saying. We've kind of come across that a lot of flaky buyers. So, But man, I do think there's going to be some great opportunities for us all.
I do too. I'm really excited about it.
Staying
Frankly,
steady.
yeah, I'm really excited about it because you got to think we're in the perfect business in the lease option game. Okay. Now I can't say the same thing for ugly house. I don't know. Okay. I'm not the ugly house whisperer. Okay. But what I do know is that in this pretty house business, like in this scenario where it becomes a buyer's market and the sellers become more motivated, that means I'm going to be able to get more inventory. But it also means that interest rates are going up, which means it's harder to borrow money, which means there's going to be a nice pool of rent to own buyers out there. Okay, yeah, man, I'm all about it. It's like the perfect storm. I don't know. that's an exaggeration, don't you think, Coach Mark? But
No, I think it is going to be perfect storm, actually.
you do. You think it's the perfect storm? Okay, cool. Because that's how I'm feeling about it too, man.
I think it's still a little ways away, but it's
I think so too. Yeah, I think we're a little ways away, but I'm looking forward to it, man. And I'm talking about, guys, you've heard me talk about this. This is the low hanging fruit, man. Okay, when you call a dude that's a lead, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just walking away. I don't know. Can you do this? Can you really take over this house? And can you do it by the end of the month?" Wait a minute. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Have I slipped into a different dimension? You know? Yeah, that's what I call low hanging fruit. Okay. You guys have heard me talk about just scouring, looking for, dragging in the net, looking for low hanging fruit. Yeah, I think we're coming up. I see that on the horizon. Okay. So, and don't get into the mentality that everybody has no money. Okay. It's easy when you have no money to feel like everybody else also is struggling. Okay. But that's just not facts. Okay. And in fact, most people around you are probably doing pretty good right now. I mean, they've got food and they've got rent, paid, and utilities, and they've got a little extra for this or that. I'll tell you what, you want to prove this? I don't know. Maybe there's a different reason for it because I am not an economist. But look up condo rentals, vacation condos, or even hotel rooms in Gulf Shores or in somewhere in California or somewhere over Myrtle Beach or in Florida, or you look them up. They're 2-3 times what they were a year ago. Okay, they cost a lot of money. Okay, there's people out there with money. That's what that means. If you're not one of them, we need to change that. Okay, and we can. All right, that's what we're here to do. So, don't get into the mentality that nobody has money. That's just not true. So there will be tenant buyers that want to put money down. Hey, there'll be people with lots of money down. It's a buyer's market. They have money to put down. They just can't get financed. Or maybe it's just not smart to get financed yet because interest rates have gone way, way high. All right. For all of the young people in the room that don't remember because you weren't born yet, back in the 1980s, the interest rate for homes was up to 18, 19, maybe I think even above that %. Can you imagine? Okay, we aren't even anywhere close, but we could be very, very shortly in the next few short years. Okay, so who knows? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. So it could become very, very expensive to borrow money to buy houses. Okay, so this could be the perfect storm. Okay, for us. I'm just saying. All right. I love the opportunities that we see. It breaks my heart to see what is happening to the country and with the finances and with the gas and with all of that. Okay. But at the same time, I feel like I have been equipping you to be prepared to take massive advantage of this opportunity as it approaches. It's not quite here upon us yet, but it's approaching. When it gets here, to take massive grasp of this opportunity to help people that really need a creative solution. And you will start to hear stories come out that you haven't heard yet, because we've been in a weird hot sellers market, but you'll hear stories come out here. When this starts happening, you'll start hearing stories here in this room of people saying, hey, listen, that seller was so happy they cried. Larry from Illinois.
Did he get it on a shirt?
Perfect timing. Hey man, I was climbing the mountain. I was climbing the mountain like an orator right there. And then right when I got to the top, Larry, I said the homeowner actually cried. Well, you're going to see some very, very happy tenant buyers too, because it gets tough to borrow money as the interest rates go up. Okay, it gets tough. So buyers that can get money, they can be picky and choosy.